Hey Scorpio, this is Joe and I'm going to do a singles reading for May 2020 for the week of the 11th to the 17th. This is just going to be a brief, quick check-in for those of you who are single. This doesn't have to fit exactly in this week coming up, but it is more about that general time frame, and this could play out at any time. You'll know this is for you because you'll feel it intuitively. You'll know it. You won't have to force it into your circumstances, stretch it or fit it or anything like that. So with that said, before we get started, if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up for the effort. Leave me a comment. Let me know how things are going. And subscribe if you want to hear more. So let's get started, Scorpio singles, and see what is going on. So I'm going to pull a few cards. Nice. And bear with me a minute. Yep, we got this one wants to come out. So some of you are single and you really don't care. You're not too concerned about being single right now. And I have this this feeling that it's actually maybe a happy place for a lot of you. Being single right now is probably something that you may be enjoying, and not being out there so much in this crazy world is, you know, okay. I think a lot of you are just okay with it, and I'll talk about the cards that we get. This one wants to come out too. Let's see. All right. And I'm going to pull one of these and we'll see. All right, Scorpio. So, bottom of the deck, interesting. And I think Cancer had this also. Let's see if we can get a good focus. 10 of Cups on here, and I apologize about the focus. I don't know what's going on with this. My lighting's a little weird right now. So this is the overall kind of feeling, and I think this is ultimately your objective with anybody that's single and wanting to eventually get into a serious committed relationship. Everybody wants the 10 of Cups. Nobody wants the 10 of Swords. So I think this is very fitting, and this is almost, you know, I don't think it tells me a whole lot other than that's what you're ultimately looking for. And I think we could say that pretty much for anybody, is that ultimate relationship where it's you know, committed. It's the reciprocation of love and romance, and, you know, all the fun, quirky things that you get out of a relationship, and that feeling of devotion toward one another. And even further than that, into you know, family and who's around you, surrounding you in your relationship. So I think that is what you're looking for, obviously, and I think that's a no-brainer. But nonetheless, that's what came out. So that's the overall premise of what you are looking for in a relationship. You have the leg up, and this is just about getting that helping hand that maybe right now, being single, you might find that, boy, it would be nice if I had somebody just to help me with this or to help me with that, or to have some emotional support of that type of feeling where you have somebody contributing to a relationship equally. And so you might be missing that helper that you get out of a good relationship. And so I think that this is something that really probably means the most to you, as a companion that is somebody that not only can you share all the good stuff with, but somebody that's willing to put in the work to do all the not so fun things surrounding a relationship, home, work, career, and finances, all that stuff. So you're really looking for somebody that's going to participate fully in a relationship. Right now, as you stand, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So I always read cards intuitively first before I really get into face value meanings. And the Six of Pentacles, to me, quite often the Six of Pentacles is waiting for what you've worked on to come in and produce some kind of fruit, or the typical meaning, waiting for your harvest, watching things grow in your environment, and waiting for them to come to their fullness. And so the Six of Pentacles, to me, here in this, and I usually use this deck for relationships because it's really good at bringing out all the little different dynamics in a relationship, or when it's more about healing and overcoming life obstacles. This is a great deck for that. But the Six of Pentacles here, and again, I apologize for the focus issue I'm having here. I'll have to fix that. But the Six of Pentacles here really, to me, is about the give and take of a relationship. And the Knight of Pentacles is this going after the idea of big love, true love, and really setting off on that. And I think I say that because we have the Fool here. So I think there's a lot of newly single people, and in this, the Fool, with this starting over kind of feeling, or going out and going at it on your own, you know what it is that you want out of a relationship, and you aren't probably willing to just be in a relationship with anybody, and you're probably okay being single right now, because I think you're willing to just kind of play the field, see who's out there, see what kind of people that you might come across, and not really keeping such a narrow vision of who it is that you have in mind, the type of person. I think you probably are looking for something that does bring in that overall fulfillment of the Ten of Cups. But right now, you're not in that place of desiring that type of commitment. This is more about the fun, because the Fool comes out and it's time for you to have some fun, to kick up your heels, and to just explore and play. The Six of Pentacles, though, really does talk about that, what it is you're looking for. You're willing to give some of yourself in return to get some from somebody else, to get that cooperation in a relationship that maybe you haven't had in the past. And that Knight of Pentacles, to me, I almost feel like this is your kind of ideal suitor, is somebody who is stable, somebody that is sure of themselves and confident. And I don't feel like it's somebody, you don't want somebody impulsive. You don't want somebody that's quick to act. You don't want somebody that's judgmental. You want somebody that's balanced, not only emotionally, but you're also looking for somebody that's in good health, and that has strength and endurance and has wits. And so this is really about what you're looking for and what you're going after. However, right now, things are really kind of, I think, for you, very kind of just quiet in that department. And I don't feel like a lot of you are really even kind of talking to anybody you might be interested in, or you maybe don't even have anybody in mind right now. And maybe you're not even actively looking, because you are okay just being freedom, being single, and not wanting to get in a relationship just for the sake of not being alone. I think maybe you've done that in the past, and you've learned some lessons from that. And to me, not only it's interesting that the Knight of Pentacles comes in, but the King of Pentacles. And this really is about what you want, but not really having that right now in your life. It's about knowing what it is you're looking for. And I think this Knight of Pentacles and King of Pentacles does not represent you. It represents what you want, what you're looking for. And you're out there, but you're not actively, aggressively pursuing any type of relationship. Though at some point, I think you might actually, when things settle down, be going that direction. Where you got summer coming, and here in Michigan, the weather's been terrible. We had snow today in May, and I don't know what that's about, but that's kind of unusual. You're waiting for things to settle down in depending on where you live, what state you live in, what part of the world you live in. Socially things are really awkward, and I think you're okay waiting that out. You don't want to be socially awkward because it really isn't your style. And rather than for the sake of being socially awkward in like the dating scene, you're just okay just doing you right now. We're going to pull a couple other cards and see if we can find out if anybody is coming your way. And let's see what else we get. My cards just feel funny today. I don't know what it is. Queen of Swords. Okay. So I really do feel like what you're looking for is definitely not happening in May. And you have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about conflict, and I don't think this is like real serious conflict, but you might find that anybody you are talking to, anybody you're dealing with, maybe in that scene, if you're communicating with anybody that else that is single, that it just really is something, is just the energy's off for you right now, or them, or whatever's going on. But the people you're kind of dealing with are really not your style. It's just not doing anything for you, and so it's just not a good fit. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't fit right. I think you're also with the Ace of Swords, you are really just speaking your mind, and I think maybe you might be coming off as a bit strong, but it's really not coming off strong. It's just about knowing what you want and speaking your mind. And I think that this may put some people off. It might be a little bit scary to some people, or a little bit this personality, your personality might be kind of a stronger personality, and it isn't something that some of the people you're talking to, or if you're talking to anybody, it's just not fitting. It's just kind of like it's not a good fit. And so I think that really whoever you're dealing with right now is not the person for you. Might just be filling in some time and just looking for some good laughs. You're probably not really seeing anybody face to face right now at this time either. I feel like any communication is definitely over alternative means. And then you have the Queen of Swords here. So you probably have, how do I say this? You probably have just talked to some people, and I don't know if it's any type of dating app or whatever you're doing, but you probably have been pretty quick to say I'm not interested and almost ghost them. And not in the sense like you owe them anything, because if you're just communicating casually and you've never really met them face to face, you are probably just finding very quickly, oh, I'm not interested in that person, and you cut them out and you're gone. You probably are very upfront and maybe even a little brutally honest. And so I think that this is not something in May. I don't think it's really your time, looking for what it is exactly that you want, even though you may be biding your time by just chatting it up with people and staying connected with people, because this is definitely a weird time if you're single. And the Two of Cups, but you do have something interesting, I think, coming in, but not right away. I think this is a little bit down the road, probably in June. You probably do find some kind of romantic connection, or some connection that's more than just you're interested in them, and you may actually go in that direction with this person. And again, this is, to me, it doesn't feel like May. It feels like really it's pursued in June, but this might be somebody late next week even, though, that you start communicating with, and then it slowly builds from there. And at some point in June, things maybe start getting rolling between you and another person. The Two of Cups definitely, to me here, just, I don't feel like it is like this. It's like a passionate love. It's just a love interest, a potential love interest, and I think that gets explored more for you. And the Queen of Wands. So definitely going for it, and you know what you want, and you feel like you probably will feel like you might see some of that, a glimpse of that in this person, and you want to know more, and the only way to find out is to explore that. And so I think you're heading in that direction in June. I think next week, this again is roughly the 11th to the 17th, you really connect with somebody that sparks your interest, that piques your interest, and that gets you to exploring more. And I think that is something that's coming your way. So just hang tight, enjoy being single, enjoy being you, enjoy the freedom of just exploring relationships, communicating, talking with people, and the good things will come your way. It definitely looks like it's coming, Scorpio. If you're single, it looks like it's coming in the very near future. So I would say just get ready to for a little bit of excitement. I don't think this is like some wild ride, but it might feel a little exciting after a long period of just mundaneness and the same every day, day in, day out. And you might actually find somebody that you feel is actually kind of sweet and interesting, and somebody that you want to maybe move forward with. So with that said, Scorpio, if you resonate with this, if this is kind of where you're at, leave me a thumbs up, let me know, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to hear more, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourself until next time. Thank you.